Hello, welcome to KLOUD Talks. Today we'll be talking about technology to optimize operations. Here with me is Sanjeeva Cooray, CEO of KLOUDIP. KLOUDIP has a repository of applications. How can customers benefit from this?
Cloud repository is a large number of applications for various functions of businesses, and these are ready-made solutions where you can easily and quickly start using and benefiting. Most probably these applications will meet your 100% requirement, and you can use only what you need. Like, you don't have to use some applications which you don't need, but we can whenever you need later, even you can start using for that particular application. And the applications are interconnected, like integrated, so there is no double data entry. So if you use one application and later you start using another application, it will share whatever possible data, so it will work as a one system.
If the solution doesn't fit, can they be customized?
Yes, it can be customized, and all customization we provide free of charge. So we will do any change to match your company's requirement. But first, I recommend any company to, these are like designed over like 5 to 10 years. So we have fine-tuned it to meet various requirements of most companies. So we always recommend that you without trying to change the system according to your various requirements, try to re-engineer your business process first, because sometimes your company must have been using these things for 30-40 years, and then computerizing that is not going to help. It's better to re-engineer system and then see, and then if there is a customization needed, we can do it at no extra cost.
Why should companies automate without sticking on to the conventional time-tested methods?
A company for the last 100 or 200 years doesn't mean that company can survive for the next 10-15 years. They must relook at the operations and get ready and rearrange, re-engineer for the next 10 to 15 years. Most Sri Lankan companies depend on experienced staff, and staff can grow old, and with that companies can grow old. But companies shouldn't be like that. Companies should be eternal. So if the companies have to be eternal, companies must depend on systems and not on people. If you take for an example, like a company should be able to grow unlimited capacity, unlimited size, unlimited time. So if you take an example like McDonald's, now McDonald's don't have any chefs, and McDonald's depend on completely a system. And a McDonald's outlet in New York or McDonald's outlet in Colombo operates the same way. So somebody working at McDonald's in New York can come tomorrow to Colombo and work, because they will know where the machine is, what's the temperature, everything operates on a system and not on people. But in Sri Lanka, if we did the same thing, it will be the person who comes from New York will have to ask the local manager and find out where the machine is, what is the temperature, how to do that, how to do this, all this, because they depend on person.
Many companies back down when adopting to new technologies. Why do you think that is?
The change is difficult, but you need to go through this pain and make the change, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. Once you make the change, you start seeing a brand new picture, brand new company. You can start relooking at it in a fresh angle. Another barrier is like sometimes the experienced staff, mostly in the senior management positions. This happens because part of technology or poor quality technology. Otherwise, like for example, if you get an iPad, it can be used by any old person, any young person, equally it can be used. So if you take something like Facebook, or if you take WhatsApp, all the people can use. So even senior managers can use technology. But if you get crude solutions, only they can't use a partial solution, like you're doing part manually, part automated, then it becomes complicated. But if they all get adapted, like they start using Facebook, your office software is also like smooth like Facebook, then everybody in the office can use it, so that you can all together with the same team can make the change. Now, another main reason is telcos. Most Sri Lankan companies think telcos are tech companies. This is a wrong impression. Telcos are not tech companies. Telcos are actually tech traders. What they do is basically invest and bring a switch, and then there is a screwdriver technology to fix it, and after that the phones start working. But this doesn't mean they have a technology inside to provide other software solutions, tech company work like Google or Microsoft. Nobody should make this mistake, because when they couldn't deliver properly, also people think that is something that people fear getting into technology, thinking the best tech company that they thought tech companies couldn't do it, that nobody could do it. That's wrong. 2-3 years ago, telcos introduced home automation. Now this was done with a big mistake, which is with no power solution. So all the innovative buyers went ahead and bought the home automation, but when the power went off, when they were doing it from mobile remotely, they didn't know whether lights are on or off. So after a few days, didn't work. And the other thing is, when one telco introduced something, other telcos also follow, and very fast, like within 2-3 months, they introduce the same thing, which is impossible, because this kind of solutions take few years to build. Finally, all fail. And then community thinks, if they can do it, how can other smaller tech companies do it? Which is wrong. Tech companies can deliver. Our solutions are precisely designed like art, and they are crafted for performance. They deliver what they are supposed to do precisely, and we develop it over a very long period of time. We don't develop to sell, we develop solutions over a long period of time, and sometimes it's needed tomorrow and sometimes it's needed in 10 years, but it will do the job. Another big mistake is the solutions will have its cost. You can't cut down and you can't give a budget and develop a solution. What you should do is not look at the cost of the solution, but look at what that solution is going to do to your company, what the improvement of efficiency, savings that you can bring, improvements that you can bring, which you can enjoy year after year. But if you look at the buying cost of the software, that will always end up with a disaster, as most of the time it will not do the job.
When deciding to acquire technology, what should be the approach?
Now there is a big change happening in the industry, like among many other things. There's one thing happening is there is going to be no middleman in future. It should be direct. The company who develop the solution, company who buy the solution. So you need to go to the internet and find out who has the closest solution that you need. Maybe you can't get 100% match, but you can get a closest solution. And then maybe you can re-engineer your company to match it. And then you need some changes, you can do some customization. It's like buying a camera. If you want to buy a camera, if you go to any of the main camera manufacturers, there are hundreds of models, and every model there is a difference. So you need to know why you buy the camera and which feature that you want and which feature that you don't want. So you need to choose which model you need based on the features that you need. Now this, if you get it from a middleman, like a salesman will not know what you want. So definitely it's going to end up in disaster. So there shouldn't be any middleman. You should look at what you want, and you should find the supplier, the solution provider, and it should be a one-to-one relationship.
What are the benefits of acquiring the right technology?
It is very important to do a lot of research and get exactly the suitable and the right solution for you. And a very simple and very good example is like Apple iPad. So if you get an Apple iPad, it will do the job exactly the way it says. However, if you get something looking like iPad, the battery will not perform for long, it will not, touchpad will not work properly, and it will not deliver what is necessary. And most of the people who buy something else, like not an iPad, in 2-3 months you can't even find it. But if you get iPad, you will be using it for 2-3 years, and it can be used by anybody. So this is the simple difference. So you need to get the exact solution, and that should deliver like our solutions, which gives exact mileage. If you take the vehicle mileage, or if it is productivity, it will, or the temperature monitoring, or excavator working hours, it will exactly give you 100% accurate results. So this is the most important thing for you to be able to take decision. And you can also, like without depending on, like for instance, company CEO can at his convenience see the data, and he can get alerts. So he will know first-hand information. He doesn't have to depend on middlemen. He doesn't have to wait until he come to office to get a report. Everything is available and it's transparent. So it's not like in the past, like you can't take the CEO for a ride. CEO has all the information because he can see everything real time. It can be Saturday, it can be Sunday, it can be a holiday, but he has all the information. Because of this, we give all our solutions 60 days trial period. So this is a good benefit for you to try this. We also don't want to provide solutions to customers who's not going to benefit by that. And it must match and they must make use of it, and some long-term benefit should come. We want to work with them and improve our solution and give a solution and let them benefit. So that make it a long-term relationship. We like the customers that who benefit and ask us to do more things, more solutions, and then we improve our solutions to cater their growing needs. During the trial period, you can see exactly if it fits and take some sample and operate it and see it fits. If it doesn't fit during the trial, maybe we can adjust if necessary and make sure that it will work. There is no vendor locking. You are free to take your decisions and do best for what is necessary for the company at that particular time. And also we notice like sometimes when we go to some companies, they have bought some software that you invested so much. So because of that you can't change. And with our software that will never happen. Always you can change because you have only paid for the last month. Next month you are free to change. And you shouldn't try to custom develop solutions because developers we have a large pool of resources like different expertise from different countries. So we know who can do this part of the software best. So we have put together a lot of expertise and developed these solutions over a long period of time. If you think like some custom solutions can replace or custom solutions can match your requirement better, that will never happen. You will be just wasting time. And also you will be depending on few people, but this person leaves, then you will be again in trouble. So because of that, you shouldn't think of nowadays developing custom solutions and depending on few people. Tech solutions need real tech companies who has real technology, not dealers or distributors. So you need to directly work with real tech companies and get your solution requirements fulfilled.
Thank you for watching KLOUD Talks. Contact us for more information.